walls can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong.
Hi guys, it's Captain Multiverse. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to talk about something kind of awesome that I've been working on for a while. So we're going to talk about the character from the DCU of Flagg Sr., who first appeared in Creature Commandos, and then appeared in Superman, and now Peacemaker. And it sounds like he might even appear beyond that. So in this video today, we are going to dive into the character of Flagg Sr. and how he's not just an antagonist in Peacemaker, not just one of Waller's pawns in Creature Commandos, but how his future could be in the DCU moving forward, and what his role is going to be, and how I believe that Flagg Sr. is the through line of the DCU, not Superman. Superman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Batman may be the pillars of the DCU, but the through line is Flagg Sr. Because if you remember, when the MCU was founded, Tony Stark, played by Robert Downey Jr., appeared in multiple projects where he was the lead star, or even if he wasn't the lead star, he was paid a lot of money to be in it and have a big role. If you look at an example, Iron Man 1 and 2 came out, but then, if you remember, in Incredible Hulk, he cameoed and still had a significant role talking to Ross. Then, if you remember, then we had the Avengers movies. He played a massive role as a part of the Avengers team. And then he also appeared in Civil War as in a Captain America movie. He had a massive role as the main antagonist. And we also saw him, of course, not only for the Avengers movies, but also in Spider-Man Homecoming. So, yeah, they used him as a really big through line. He kicked off that universe, and he was a pivotal part of that. So Flagg Sr. was introduced to us in animation, and James Gunn had been very vocal that we'd see multiple characters from animation make the jump to live action. But this character was special to him. Frank Grillo is an incredible actor, and here we're going to talk about his history and what makes him interesting, and why I can't wait to see what they do with him in the future, because he is one of my favorite characters. And I think even though he's been sparely used in Peacemaker, I think in episode 5 it's about to kick off to a whole nother level and get crazy. But before we jump into this video, as Captain Multiverse, if you want more videos like this one, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe, and hit that hype button if you do have that feature in your location. Consider becoming a member of the channel for exclusive access to videos and new merch. It'll be greatly appreciated. We're doing awesome stuff with our merch community right now, and awesome stuff with our memberships. So it's only $5 per month, and it's worth it. You get free live stream access to exclusive live streams, one-on-one personal videos where I shout you guys out and give you pretty much everything. But that being said, there's a little bit of housekeeping. Let's get back into the video. So Flagg Sr. starts in Creature Commandos. We learn in Peacemaker Season 2 that he faced off with Clayface, of course. And, even though he looks different from the Creature Commandos show than he does in Superman and Peacemaker, he still is Flagg Sr. And we saw on this other Earth that we have a Flagg Jr., again, after Jr. was killed in the Suicide Squad on our main Earth. So now we're in the DCU, and we have this character, Flagg Sr., a military expert who is now the director of Argus. Now, Flagg Sr. is an incredible character because he led the Creature Commandos, and he had a great arc in there. And we're hearing we're going to get a Creature Commandos Season 2. So we'll get more Flagg Sr. in the form of animation, but I want to focus today on his entire role in the DCU, but specifically live-action appearances. So what's going to become of him after Peacemaker, right? So we know he's the antagonist, but I don't think Peacemaker is going to kill him. I think they're going to come to some sort of reasonable terms and reasonable agreement, because while we do have Waller, I think Flagg Sr. has become a massive part of this world, and I think we're going to see a lot more of his character. If you remember the line in Superman, it's a good thing that you're not worried about the metahumans, Rick. That line means something. Like, this is going to be incredible. I've been a huge Frank Grillo fan, and I'm glad he's getting his shine in the DCU with James Gunn, because the Russo brothers, while I love them, Marvel ruined Crossbones, one of my favorite Marvel characters that he got to play. Brock Rumlow was amazing in Winter Soldier, which is my favorite Marvel movie. But the whole thing with this is that he was just incredible. underutilized in that universe, and now he gets to play a great character. And Rick Flag Sr. is kind of like, this is kind of like Duke from G.I. Joe entering the DCU. Now this character is amazing, so he's something. Like, this is going to be incredible. I've been a huge Frank Grillo fan, and I'm glad he's getting his shine in the DCU with James Gunn, because the Russo brothers, while I love them, Marvel ruined Crossbones, one of my favorite Marvel characters that he got to play. Brock Rumlow was amazing in Winter Soldier, which is my favorite Marvel movie. But the whole thing with this is that he was just incredible, underutilized in that universe, and now he gets to play a great character. And Rick Flag Sr. is kind of like, this is kind of like Duke from G.I. Joe entering the DCU. Now this character is amazing, so we have been hearing from Frank Grillo that, you know, he can't change his hair because he's in multiple projects. He's filming a movie, and then he's going to finish filming a show. And when he finishes filming a show, he's going to be in another DCU project. And I think I know what that DCU project is. So I'm going to tell you guys about it in here, and we're going to talk about it in a couple other videos as well. But yeah, so Rick Flag Sr. will continue to be a big part of the DCU because Rick Flag Sr. is going to push the through line of the government involvement in the DCU. Because James Gunn has stated the DCU is about government corporations and, of course, the actual corporate companies like Wayne Enterprises belonging to Bruce Wayne and LexCorp belonging to Luthor, or Luthor Corp, I would say. So we're going to be going all about that. And if you like this video about Rick Flag Sr., there'll be a bonus video after this video that's going to be about Bruce Wayne versus Lex Luthor in the DCU. So get ready for that one as well. So let's jump into it. Alright, so Rick Flag Sr. is the through line for everything. I think he is going to be appearing in multiple projects post Peacemaker Season 2. I think Peacemaker Season 2, he'll either become an ally of Peacemaker, or he will become a permanent antagonist moving forward. I think James Gunn wants to do the opposite of what Marvel does. And I think he wants to make his antagonist last around for a while. And if he does become more antagonistic after this, since this is his villain route, I think that you will see Rick Flag Sr. potentially join a villain team, maybe even team up with Lex Luthor in the future. But I don't necessarily think that he's an all bad guy, because what he's doing is just because, you know, I mean, if your child was murdered, you would do the same thing that he would doing. So we're getting a really good sympathetic antagonist, not villain, antagonist. And, you know, I think we're going to get a great fight scene with him in Peacemaker next episode. Once again, I love Frank Grillo. I'm geeking out over how much I love Frank. Like, I think he's so awesome. And so I think that this guy is incredible. And I love that he's getting a big focus in the DCU. And people are like, oh, how is a non-superhero being a big focus? But this character is amazing. And they're doing an amazing job with him. The fact he's being a through line to everything, how it all connects is brilliant. I mean, we're getting a massive world of DC right now. And so you might be asking yourself, after Peacemaker, after whatever arc goes down, where do we see this guy next? Well, he's doing a secret project for DC. I do think he could appear in Man of Tomorrow, depending on if we see more of the Peacekeepers and other stuff with Lex Luthor. They might call him in for backup. They might need Argus. I don't think we'll have a Suicide Squad, but I've been toying around with the idea is, what if Flagg Sr. ends up going, and we know they're doing a Deathstroke and Bane movie, what if Rick Flag Sr. actually creates the Secret Six, which is similar to the Suicide Squad but different, and you have Bane and Deathstroke and other villains on this team, maybe Bronze Tiger, maybe characters we didn't see on the Suicide Squad, get adapted here. And Secret Six is only phase 1 of the plan, where after Secret Six, I think he will, as you know, he's jumped ranks multiple times, he's now the director of Argus. I think the next thing that they could be doing is, after this, I believe that the next thing coming down the pipeline for DC will be the secret project for DC. Now, we've heard that Rick Flag Sr. is going to be in multiple projects moving forward after Peacemaker. Like I said, I think a Secret Six project could be a really good chance for him to show up. But what is Rick Flag Sr. filming potentially? What is this secret project that him and James Gunn keep hyping up that they've been working on? Well, I have one theory for you guys, and I'm very curious to see what you guys think. I think that they are planning that the Waller show has been repurposed to be a secret Checkmate show. And if you don't know Checkmate from the comics, Checkmate is a storyline where multiple superheroes kind of act as spies to take down a secret organization called Leviathan. It involves Green Arrow, so we can finally get our DCU Green Arrow. It involves the Question, so we can finally see the Question. It involves Talia al Ghul, who is coming in Brave and the Bold. it also involves multiple other characters. And what if Rick Flag Sr. was the head of this division? And also, this all leads up to Leviathan connecting with what I believe the true big bad of the DCU is, which is the Center. Since this is the chapter of Gods and Monsters, I think the Center is going to be the big bad. We're going to have a big war. I think the first Justice League film will act like a Justice League New Frontier movie, where you're going to have the first set of Justice League team up with the government to go and face this massive threat. And Rick Flag Sr. is at the center of that. Maybe even get some villains to help save the world as well. So I think this is what's going to happen with Rick Flag Sr. I think he's an incredible character. Can't wait to see where he develops next. I think he might still be up against metahumans, but his problem is mostly with Peacemaker. We're getting an intense rivalry with him, and I think that's going to move forward great. But I also think Rick Flag Sr. will end this universe being either an anti-hero or a hero by the end of it. So can't wait to see more Rick Flag Sr. Let me know what your thoughts are on Flagg Sr. in the comments below. Are you guys excited to see more Frank Grillo in the DCU? Let me know your thoughts. And did you like this video? If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, and hit that hype button. Thank you guys. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.